approaches, the guy pulls out his gun. The guy shoots 2 cops, and from this angle...
Welcome to CSL TV, and I just hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. But if you're new to the channel, this is just a review, a reaction, as well as an informational channel. Hopefully the informational part help you and someone out, and we pretty much gonna watch some videos and talk about them. Now, half the time is stuff that we deal with in this world, and the other half of the time is stuff that already happened. So, with that being said, if you've been rocking with me, I just gotta say thank you so much, because you could be somewhere else watching these videos, but you decided to be here on CSL TV and watching with me. And I just appreciate that love so much, because you know, everybody got problems. We just have different ones. And whether they're physically, mentally, all emotionally, we gotta be there to support each other any kind of way we can. But with that being said, as y'all see, I'm holding my NICU baby, so we gotta go ahead. I don't want to make this intro too long, so let's get it.
1995, a 6-year-old girl was abducted right out from under her mother's nose at a place where she should have been safe, and she has never been found. This is the tragic story of Morgan Nick. Morgan Nick was a perfectly normal girl growing up in the tiny town of Alma, Arkansas. She loved spending time with her friends and playing outside during the summer. On June 9th, there was a Little League game in their town, and Morgan's mom, Colleen, decided that they would go to the game so that Morgan could see her friends. At some point during the game, Morgan asked if she could go catch lightning bugs with her friends. The lightning bugs had just started to come out, which filled the sky with twinkling lights, and the girls wanted to go so bad. The girls would normally run back and forth between the parking lot and the bleachers, but they could be seen at all times, so Colleen said yes and let her go. Every now and then, Colleen would glance over to check on the kids, but the last time she did, she didn't see Morgan with them. Colleen immediately got up to see where Morgan was. When Colleen pressed the other kids, asking where Morgan was, they told her she was sitting by Colleen's car trying to get sand out of her shoes. But when Colleen looked over to her car, Morgan wasn't anywhere to be found.
Now this is kind of sad. You know, a very small town, everybody know each other, and you feel it's okay that your kid go play with the other kids because they just being kids. Now, technology wasn't a thing back then, so yeah, they was outside playing. And yes, everybody know each other in that very small town. Now, she was getting sand out her, boots or shoes or whatever. So let's see, what happened next.
This is when Colleen starts to panic. She runs over to her car and checks inside, and Morgan is still not there. But abduction is the furthest thing from Colleen's mind, because their town had only 3,000 people in it, so everyone knew everyone, and it was super safe. The baseball field is a really small area, and you could see almost all of it from anywhere you were sitting. By now, it was about 10:45, and the game had ended, and people were leaving. Colleen was really hoping that Morgan would just show up, and that somehow they were just missing each other. But after a few minutes, one of the coaches decided to call 911. Within 6 minutes, police were at the field, and this turned into a 20-year search for Morgan. Over the next few days, Colleen experienced nothing but chaos and anxiety. This is when something new comes to light. One of Morgan's friends said she needed to tell someone something. She said that a creepy man had approached Morgan while she was sitting by her mom's car getting the sand out of her shoes. Another witness said they had noticed the man looking at Morgan while she was playing with her friends. Thankfully, a witness was able to somewhat describe this man. He was described as a pretty big 6-foot white male with a strong build. The man had a mustache and beard which covered his face. Alma was a super small town, and a couple of residents noticed a truck that they didn't recognize. It was a really noticeable truck. It was a red pickup with a white camper shell on top of it. They even caught it on a home security camera nearby. But like so many other things in this case, the mysterious truck led nowhere. Days turn into months, and months into years. And soon almost 8 years have gone by with no answers. During that time, there were thousands of leads, but nothing came of any of those tips until something unexpected happened. In 2002, police got a lead that Morgan was being kept at a property in Arkansas. The next lead didn't come until 2010, when police received a tip that Morgan was being held hostage in a home in Oklahoma, but police didn't find anything at either property. But in 2021, The FBI asked for information on a criminal named Billy Jack Lynx that lived in Arkansas around the time that Morgan went missing. 2 months after Morgan disappeared, Billy tried to abduct another young girl at a Sonic in Arkansas. This was just 8 miles from where Morgan was abducted. The crazy part is that Billy drove a 1986 red Chevy pickup truck, and when the FBI found out that police had actually searched his truck back in 1996, what they discovered would change everything. Police found duct tape, rope, a tarp, and a machete in his truck. They also found blood all over the truck, and hair fibers were found on the seats and in the floorboards. But despite these findings, police today can't find the original evidence from 1995, which means that retesting it for DNA is impossible. Even with Billy dead, police have never been able to link him to Morgan's disappearance. Police are still looking for Morgan to this day. The FBI was able to get an age-progressed photo of her with the hopes that she's still out there. In 2022, Morgan would have been 34 years old. The truth is that someone knows what happened to Morgan that night, and her family is still holding out hope that someday they will get closure.
Damn, that's crazy. This dude then died, man. So there's no way they're able to find out if he was the one. After they had, you know what I'm saying, basically found out all that evidence in the truck, tarp, rope, everything, fibers, you know what I'm saying? So how was they not able to link this now? I wonder if they was able to find that stuff after all this happened. And was they telling them this stuff, you know what I'm saying, a long time ago? But that's messed up, and she's still being searched today. So be on the lookout for somebody that look like her.
Get your hands up! Come on!
This video out of Chicago is wild, but we have to warn you, it may be hard to watch. It all went down on the southwest side of the city, where police were dispatched over reports of gunfire by locals.
Shot fired. He's wearing black. He's walking down Lawndale, hitting the alley right now. A white hoodie, a black pants.
The city's shot spotter gunshot detection tech also picked up sounds of gunfire. When police get on the scene, they find a guy matching a caller's description walking near a sidewalk.
Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, drop it. Dude, drop it, man.
The guy ignores the police
We're talking to you, man.
and doesn't follow their demands while making his way to an alley.
Just drop it. Right, everything is being recorded, okay? Everything is on camera.
Multiple officers follow him as he continues walking away
Stop right there. Show me your hands.
and appears to shout things
Check this out before you scroll on.
unintelligibly as he trails forward. The guy continues yelling as police follow behind,
Hey, brother, we can get you some help, man. Hey, what are you trying to do, eh?
and they try to get the guy to surrender.
It's in your hands, buddy.
This is where things take a turn. Again, this might be hard to watch. As the guy presses on, a cop car pulls up right in front of him and officers get out. The guy walks away as cops try to apprehend him, and when an armed officer approaches, the guy pulls out his gun. The guy shoots 2 cops, and from this angle, you can see that he opens fire at point-blank range. Surrounding officers return fire, and the guy is taken down. This all went down back in 2021, and it turns out the guy fired at least 8 rounds. 1 cop had been shot in the hand, and the other, the hip and shoulder, but fortunately, their injuries weren't life-threatening. Police stood by to salute the injured officers when they were released from the hospital just hours later. The 45-year-old suspect was shot in the leg and treated at the hospital, and later charged with 2 counts of attempted murder.
Another side down in America where we see this shit a little too much now. But my folks from, Notice News talk about gun violence. This is the type of gun violence they're talking about. This is the shit that need to be controlled because the wrong people have these guns. And this is the type of stuff that's going to happen. And when you create negative energy, you're going to get negative results. Just like when you create positive energy, you're going to get positive results. And yes, some negative will come and try to stop it. But as long as you keep going, what they say the olden times, you take a licking and keep on ticking. Well, you have to mentally transition yourself to be positive. Other than that, you're going to self-destruct. And this is basically what this person did. We don't know what he was going through, but he basically self-destruct. Thank God these officers did not have life-threatening injuries, because when you get injured, you never know what the result's going to be. So y'all be safe out there.
Story out of South Dakota is horrifying, and we have to warn you, the details here are heavy. Earlier this year, a varsity baseball team from about an hour west of Sioux Falls was suspended, and several games were canceled. After an investigation, it turns out 6 former and current players from the team, all teens, face multiple charges of sexually assaulting 2 16-year-olds. Specifics have been sealed due to the age of the victims, but the defendants claim these assaults were part of a team hazing ritual. This prosecuting state's attorney disputes that.
This is not hazing, and this was not an initiation ritual. It's been wildly reported as that, and this was allegedly a sexual assault and a forcible sexual assault. And I hope that the Mitchell community and the state can stop characterizing it as hazing. It just really undermines the seriousness of what happened in that situation.
19-year-old Landon Waddell and 18-year-old Hudson Haley face the most serious charges, including multiple counts of rape and aiding and abetting rape, and could face a maximum of 150 years in jail. The other 4 players, all 17 or 18, each face 1 count of rape and aiding and abetting rape, and could face a max of 100 years behind bars. They've all pleaded not guilty and are due back in court in February, and prosecutors say that any adult that knew about these rape allegations but did not immediately report them will also face charges.